Is the economy making you dizzy these days? It seems retirement savers have to keep their head on a swivel to watch for all the economic curveballs being thrown their way. Persistent inflation, interest rate uncertainty, a banking crisis, and the still unresolved standoff over the debt ceiling. These are just some of the obstacles 401k and IRA owners have to negotiate on the path toward what they hope will be a secure retirement. Another of the many challenges confronting retirement savers is the looming depletion of the Social Security Retirement Trust Fund. Before we begin, remember to like this video and subscribe for more economic updates. The 2023 edition of the Social Security and Medicare Trustees Report was just released, and it reveals the trust fund from which retirement benefits are paid is now on pace to be depleted in 2033, 1 year earlier than last year's projection. The struggling economy is the culprit behind the latest downward revision in the trust fund depletion date. Chronic inflation and diminished economic output prompted the trustees to lower their expectations for GDP and labor productivity. Based on this latest projection, if no meaningful steps are taken to shore up Social Security, retirement benefits will be reduced by nearly 25% beginning in 2034. From that point forward, benefits would be paid exclusively from ongoing payroll tax revenue. If such a scenario actually comes to pass, the implications for retirees and society as a whole could be enormous. Nearly 90% of Americans 65 years of age and older receive a Social Security benefit, and the number of Americans aged 65 and older is expected to increase by more than 30% in the next 12 years. There's no mystery on how to strengthen Social Security. You cut benefits, raise taxes, or do some of both. Unfortunately, the political unpopularity of such measures has discouraged politicians from program reform. In a statement on the latest projection, Jason Fichtner, chief economist for the Bipartisan Policy Center, directly addressed congressional reluctance to tackle the problem, saying, "Policymakers who are vowing never to touch the program or proposing purely partisan solutions are putting their heads in the sand and steering us toward the cliff." Americans aren't making it easy for elected officials to do the heavy lifting necessary to save Social Security. A vast majority of Americans are dead set against either an explicit reduction in Social Security benefits or an increase in the eligibility age. No surprise there. But the poll results don't change the uncomfortable and very obvious truth that the Social Security Trust Fund is racing towards insolvency, and only meaningful reform will save it. But I think Maya McGinnis, president of the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, hits the nail on the head when she responded to the updated projection this way. Everyone focuses on whether it's 1 year later or 1 year earlier. But that's not the story. The story is that these programs are going insolvent and no one in Congress is doing anything about it. So no matter which way the economy turns, retirement savers should be clear. The clock is ticking. Until next time.